Okay, recording. So it's January 8th, and I can't fathom that. I can't handle it at all. So last weekend was Super Saturday / Sunday / Friday. So Super Saturday is like a weekend deal. Some places have it Friday night, some places have it Saturday, some places have it Sunday, because like speakers will maybe sometimes go to different ones, especially like Carl. I think he went to like 4 different cities. So they don't have them all on the same day because then the speakers can go multiple places. So I went to Charlotte. And actually, it was really cool because Melissa McDonald, who is on Melissa's team, she's one of Melissa's coaches. She lives in Charlotte, and I met her last June at Melissa's Diamond Retreat. And so it was really good to see her and connect. And like, that's what I love about the Super Saturdays is like they're a smaller version of Summit. Like Summit is incredible, but it's overwhelming. But Super Saturday is like, there was like 50 people in Charlotte, and we had like a little room in a hotel, not like a hotel room, but like one of the little conference rooms, I guess, with a screen. And so there were 2 speakers, and then there was like corporate puts out a video every year or every Super Saturday about like things that are coming up, things that are happening in the quarter, things that are launching, new products. They talk about like, so this January, here we are in January, Super Saturday, they always announce where the next year's Success Club trip is going to be. They announce where the top 10 trip is going to be this spring for all the top 10 coaches who were just announced today on the wake up call. And then they feature, coach stories. So it's really inspiring. And then also we had a speaker from corporate who's the Southeast representative. His name is Bobby Carter. So every region has different representatives or like corporate mentors, I guess, for coaches. And so he came and spoke to us. And actually the Kelsey Smith, who is in the Beachbody Champions, who you got that really great idea, she put on our Super Saturday. So I didn't realize she was in Charlotte, but she's awesome in person. Like everybody's really awesome in person. That's what I love. It's like, I always feel like, it's intimidating to like, because these people are so awesome and they're all over social media. And then you're like, oh, they're just like me. Like, that's fine. And I don't know the last name of the 2 people. They're a husband and wife team, but they spoke first. Their names are Rob and Chelsea. And I think they're from New York, or they live in Rhode Island or something. But basically they talked about what they do for their team, because they're married, they work the business together, and they met through Beachbody, which is really cool. Like, I guess they met at some event somewhere. But basically, and in the comments of the team call announcement on our page, I put the link for another tracker that they put together, that they've made like a website for. So it's a bit.ly or bit.ly address. And so that's another really good one if you're still looking for something to just print off, if you're not loving what you have, or if you want more ideas for something. So it's a PDF. So they talked about, and I loved what they talked about. So they talked about the vital behaviors, which doesn't seem revolutionary, but in a way it really is, because really that's all you need. I mean, if you do nothing else and you do the vital behaviors, you are going to have success, because it's like the compounding effect and influence of the activities that you do every day. And even though it might be, adding 3 people a day, by the end of a year, you'll have, that many more people. It adds up, things start to snowball. And so that's like the point of the vital behaviors, is they're not huge and they're not outrageous, and they're small, and you can do them every day. But a really cool thing that they talked about was doing the vital behaviors, and this really applies, and I think probably to all of us as somewhat newer coaches, is how we can get so overwhelmed with all of these trainings and all of this information that's constantly coming at us, and new things that are coming out, and new this and new that, and new ideas and new challenge groups and new programs and new trainings. But something that she said that was really striking to me was, use the tracker and give yourself permission not to do the one that you absolutely hate. Because if you focus on the ones that you love, like say being a product of the product is your favorite one and you love working out and you love drinking your Shakeology, you're going to get amazing results. And so you're going to take those results, you're going to share your results, your confidence is going to grow because you feel amazing. You know, you're healthy, you're vibrant, people are going to notice, they're going to be like, what are you doing? I love it. And you're going to share on social media and people are going to start noticing. And you know, maybe you hate inviting and it'll make inviting easier because people are going to be flooding to you and you are going to feel like you have something amazing to offer and to share because you love being a product of the product. You know, same goes for personal development. You know, maybe you love personal development, but you don't love being a product of the product and you hate working out. You know, give yourself permission to spend more time reading and working on yourself than you do, you know, working on your mind necessarily than you do doing a workout every day. And you're going to be in the mindset to be able to invite people, and you're going to be in the mindset to talk to people and share your journey, even though it's not a physical journey right now. So I thought that was really, really important because I beat myself up a lot because I don't do 100% of the vital behaviors every single day of the week. And that's hard. And so it's so good. And, you know, she's like a 14-star qualifying diamond. And for her to be saying this is very striking to me. So I really love that. And I think it's really important. I know I've talked, and I know as a team, we've talked about like simplifying and focusing on what's important and figuring out what's important to us. And honestly, I think it would be good for each of us maybe to rank the vital behaviors and, you know, rank them 1 through 4, which one's our favorite, which one we have a hard time with, and allow ourselves the grace to just not accomplish the one we hate or the one we don't like as much. I mean, I don't hate any of them, but like, like a recognition, like I don't hate recognition, obviously, because I love recognizing people, but for some weird reason, it's the hardest one for me. So I don't really know what that's about. But I loved that message. So, and then another cool thing that she suggested was take the Win the Week tracker and use a different color for each day of the week. So like if you pull it up, there's bubble. Actually, I have it here so I can kind of explain as I talk about it. Like there's bubbles. It looks like this. There's bubbles for each activity. And so you have like, you know, 70 new conversations, which is 10 conversations a day. You know, you listen to the National Wake Up Call, you get on your team call, you sign people up, you do personal development, you do your recognition posts, you work out, you do your invites. So bubble, you know, take a different color for each day of the week. And when you do these activities, you bubble in however many you do on that day of the week, and you can see trends for yourself about what's working for you. So maybe you do all of your inviting on Saturday morning, and maybe, you know, maybe you do your recognition like at the beginning of the week, but you end up not doing it at the end of the week, and you do all your following up on Sunday afternoon, you know, things like that. So you can see trends in your own business, and then you can kind of prioritize how you spend your time, and then recognize that maybe on Monday you're not going to be accomplishing anything because you have a crazy day, and be okay with that. It's about, and actually this ties in really well because I'm reading Grace Not Perfection by Emily Lay, and like, oh God, I was ugly crying the other morning because it was like so okay, it was just very touching me, like, so she was speaking to me anyway. So I'm learning to not be as critical on myself, which is hard, of course, but so important. So when you can, you know, go through and see the trends about what you are, like where you are spending your time, what days of the week, and what activities, you're better able to plan and schedule your like blocks of time and know what you're going to be most productive doing on those different days during those different blocks of time. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay. That's the wrong page. I'm like, what is that? Okay. The other thing that she said was really cool, is the ta-da list. She has a ta-da list instead of a to-do list, which I think is very cool too. And again, this kind of falls in line with like recognizing that even if you don't check everything off of your daily list, you're still getting things done. Because, and this can be, she, like the example she gave were hilarious. Like, you emptied the dishwasher, you started the laundry, you fed your children, you got up in the morning. Like, make lists of all these things. Like, this is what you're spending your time doing. You know, even though maybe you're not accomplishing everything, like, you're still accomplishing things because you're, you know, Beachbody isn't your life, but it helps you build a life. And so when you're able to get things done, even if they're not Beachbody related, like, it's still a win. Like, maybe you do the dishes, maybe you do the laundry, still a win. You know, even if you don't get all your invites out. And I like that a lot. So I'm going to start doing that. Book recommendation. I have a couple from this. One is The Slight Edge, which I started last spring. It's by Jeff Olson. Apparently this is Melanie Mitro's favorite book. And in case you haven't heard yet, Melanie Mitro is the top coach in the network for the 4th year in a row. I also learned that before she was the top coach for 4 years, she was the number 2 coach for 2 years. And she's only been in this business for 6.5 years. So if this is her favorite book, maybe I need to go back and read it again. So Chelsea, the speaker, she recommended actually reading this as a team, which I think is kind of a cool idea. I have a couple of books going right now. I'm listening to The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I'm reading Grace Not Perfection, and I'm reading Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk, which is like social media marketing kind of stuff. But I think it would be cool. I've always thought it would be neat to do like a team book. So if you would like to, I would love to be able to do that. And her suggestion was like, read 1 chapter a day. There's 18 chapters. And, you know, by the end of January, like the way that she and her husband talked about this book is she feels like it was written for Beachbody coaches. And I mean, I think, you know, we're at the beginning of the year. Everybody's looking for a fresh start. You know, wherever you happen to be in life, I mean, no better time than getting a really solid handle on understanding what teeny tiny steps in your daily life can do over the long run. Because, I mean, we don't have to do anything like super huge and revolutionary. We just have to be consistent, and we have to do something every single day, even if it's nothing, even if it's not like you don't send all your invites out in one day, send out 2, and that's better than nothing. And over time, that compounds and that picks up momentum, and that gets you to be, you know, where you want to get to achieve your goals. So I think I'm going to start that again. So maybe tomorrow I will read chapter 1. And then another cool thing that she suggested that she's doing in her team is the team gets together and there's like a daily, so everybody's reading the book together. They read a chapter and then there's like a check-in post in the team page, almost like a challenge group. And you either, you know, record a video of yourself talking about your takeaway from the chapter, or like write out what your takeaway was, and you post a picture of your win the week checklist. And that's your coaching accountability. And, you know, you can discuss your takeaway, you know, like we can get like a book club going and talk about, you know, what we're learning from the book, how we can apply it to our business, you know, and then we're accountable to each other with our tracker. So I think that's a really cool idea. The next book that was recommended is by John Gordon. I actually just finished reading or listening to another book of his called The Energy Bus, which is super cool. I loved that book. But I guess he's written a couple. His name is Jon Gordon. But they're like, I guess they're all really easy to read. They're almost like you could read them with your kids. like probably Chase would enjoy the energy bus. And they also said like the one word is also, pretty easy to, like, very easy to read. So that was the other book recommendation. And the energy bus was just awesome. Like, I listened to it literally. I listened to it, I finished it, and I immediately started it over again. It was really, really good. And so basically, like, what they were talking about, tying that back in, is like focusing on the one vital behavior that you rock at and completely crush it. And then that's going to increase your confidence in yourself, and your feeling that you have the capability to do this. And when you feel, oh, when you feel capable, and when you feel like you're getting something done, like that spills over into other areas of your life, and it's going to be able to increase your confidence, and you'll be able to take on other things, and feel good about them, and feel good about yourself. And so just focusing on that one vital behavior is so important, to be able to get those small wins. Another recommendation was a podcast called The Life Coach School. I guess it sounds really awesome. I haven't looked at it yet, but the way they were describing it is like, it's a podcast that every single episode is about something else that somebody might need coaching in their life. Anything from like finances and relationships and mindset and health and fitness, and you name it, it's on there. And so she said what she does is she actually, when she talks to her customers and she talks to people that she's getting to know, and she talks to her coaches, if they have something going on in their life, she sends them the episode that relates to what they're going through, which is really cool. And so like when you're building connections with people and you're talking to people and having these conversations, and you start to talk about, deeper things, and they're telling you about their life and what they're going through, like, we can send these to people and be like, hey, I found this awesome podcast, you might really like it. And then like, there we are, sharing value with people. So that's oh, and then she shared their training page. They have a YouTube training page. I'll put the link for that in the team, or in the comments of the page, whatever, that one thing. Okay. I'll put the link there. Okay, so the Super Saturday video, which should be up on I think it'll be up on the Beachbody website tomorrow. Usually they put, or no, maybe today. Anyway, I think it's up today. It should be under events, I think. I'm not sure where it is. But the Super Saturday video is there. It was good. There's some really inspiring stories. Carl and Michael Neiman and Jeff Hill get on, of course, all the time, and they get up there and talk, which they always do, about things that are coming up. They've hired there's a new nutritionist who's working on the Beachbody Performance line, and actually I guess Shakeology as well. So everything nutrition related, there's a new guy from like UCLA or something who's like a super brain. So that's kind of exciting. So I'll just kind of run through what the notes that I took from the video. If you are going to sign up for 80-Day Obsession and get into Autumn's test group, she's going to start posting in there on Wednesday. So the nutrition plan came out today. She's going to start posting in there on Wednesday. It takes a couple of days to get accepted. So I posted this in Melissa's page. So like a lot of coaches, so like I, bought my mega pack under Nick's account for the volume. And the question was, if you don't order under your own account, can you still get into the test group? And the answer is yes, because I did it. So basically what you do is you put in the account information of the account you ordered under, and then when it asks for your Facebook information, you put in your own Facebook profile. And they're like, welcome. I was like, good. So that works. So that'll be exciting, because that'll be like getting everybody ready. And then next Monday, it starts. So there are a couple of new programs coming out. One is, it's called 2B Mindset, like the number 2, the letter B. And it's totally unlike, it's not a workout program. It's a mindset and a nutrition program. And it's specifically put together by a nutritionist, and it sounds really, really, really cool. It's going to be a little bit like the Ultimate Reset, where it'll be a different website and a different, it's like, it won't be part of Beachbody On Demand. It'll be like a whole separate program. And so that is going to be a really, really great tool for people who aren't ready to start exercising but need a really major change. And it gets really to the root of some of the mindset things. Like, they interviewed the people who were in the test group, and there were people like who had, you know, eating disorders, who like were able to finally overcome them, you know, who'd struggled with these things for their whole life, and you know, were able to get a handle on things and feel good about themselves again. So that's pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I think that comes in April. But yeah, so it'll be like a separate challenge pack, a separate website. There'll be an app specifically for it that's separate from the Beachbody On Demand website. And then it's just going to be a totally different program. There are going to be, so in April, this is what's in April, beach bars. So Beachbody is putting out a bar, and like a nutrition bar. They're going to be, there's 2 flavors. There's going to be peanut butter chocolate, and then there's going to be chocolate cherry almond. They're going to be like 150 calories a bar, nothing artificial, all that good stuff. So apparently they taste great. Everybody that so I've seen a little bit, like people posting, you know, in different pages that I'm in, who have had the opportunity to try them. And I can see him back there. Poor little guy. He's like, ah. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? Hi, Riley. So the beach bar is going to be awesome. And it's going to be, and I think they're going to be really reasonably priced. Like you know, it'll be comparable. Like, you buy them in bulk, basically. So like, same deal with Shakeology. Like, yeah, you're going to shell out a little bit up front, but they end up being like comparably priced to, like, you know, Cliff Bars individually at the grocery store. So that's really great. And we know that they're going to be really good quality. So next couple of things. February is Team Cup month. So what that is a 5-person team. It's going to be I think you can have up to 2 lifetime diamonds or above. And then the other 3 are emerald or below, or I guess ruby or below. So we need to fill our team. And this is going to be, so there's an FAQ on it, which I didn't write down, but I need to read up on that, and then I'll get all the information put into the team page. And then since there's 4 of us here, we're going to need one more person, assuming that, you know, everybody wants to be on the Team Cup team. Again, it's probably, it's like the previous like monthly competitions, where if you hit Success Club in the month, if you're not on a team, you don't get the prize. But there you go. So there's that. Okay, so Success Club trip for 2019. This year, so a couple of years ago, they did a cruise, and it was like a super huge hit. So this coming year, it's going to be the Royal Caribbean Harmony of the Seas, which apparently is like the largest cruise ship ever made. And Beachbody like rents out the whole thing for a 5-day cruise to the Bahamas, and they like go to Royal Caribbean's private island, and it's, you know, trainers and Beachbody everything and speakers, and you basically just like, you're on a cruise ship with Beachbody people for 5 days. The great, really cool thing is you can earn your Success Club trip. meaning if you hit Success Club every single month, and that's Success Club 5, the points convert to Success Club trip dollars, and your ticket is paid for. That's how it's designed to work. If you hit Success Club for 12 months straight from January to December, it covers the cost of the trip for you. Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. So there's a website for it. I'll put that in the comments too. It's anchorsaway2019.com. And it's going to be March 24th through 29th of 2019. What does that say? I don't know what that says. Something. Okay. Oh, it says 100% Beachbody. That's what it says. So the whole cruise ship is Beachbody. Okay. Okay, next is I have a ton of notes. Okay, next is Summit. Summit is June 21st through 24th in Indianapolis. Right now, you can buy a refundable ticket for $195. And I'm not sure when that pricing ends, but you can buy a non-refundable ticket and non-transferable for $145 through the end of the month. So I can't hear you.
I'm like trying to click the unmute and it wouldn't unmute. Was I supposed to get like an email right away or something like that after I hit Success Club? Because I haven't received anything about my ticket for this year. I just realized that.
You have to hit Success Club for your first 3 months.
For all 3 months?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you just had to hit your business starter during your first 3 months.
No, you got to hit it all 3 months.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, then I'll add that into my budget for February to buy my ticket.
Cool. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, you may continue.
Oh, thank you. So it'll be in Indianapolis. Let's see, what did I just say? June 21st through 24th. And you can go to the Coach Summit website, coachsummit.com. Okay. Another book recommendation. So Robbie Carter is the Southeast region's corporate sponsor, mentor guy. And so I'm not sure what region you're in or who yours is, but they are always available. Like, it doesn't matter what rank you are, where you are in your business. They are there for you. If you have any questions, about anything, they're awesome. They're really awesome people. So Robbie, he gave, I have a book recommendation for him. This sounds like okay, this is different book. I'm like, what? So this one is called The One Thing by Gary W. Keller. And basically it talks about like identifying the one thing in your life that you need to be focusing on right now. So maybe as a coach, like, what's the one thing that, can change your life, or the one thing that can change the life of your challengers or your coaches or your community or your family? It sounded like an awesome book. So I'll add all these books also to the personal development list. I guess that is, this is pretty cool. So he gave a statistic. So like as coaches, we we are the missing link that a lot of people do not have in their health and fitness, because so many people, they go to the gym, and unless you know people at the gym, you go to the gym by yourself and you work out by yourself. Nobody holds you accountable because nobody, really notices whether you're there or not. Everybody's really focused on themselves. You don't have the connection between your nutrition and going to the gym. You don't have, the community like supporting you and encouraging you. So that's why Beachbody coaches are so important, and it's how we change so many people's lives. Is we provide that accountability, and we provide the groups that we put people into, and we introduce them to other people, and we give them a place to hold themselves accountable. And so this statistic that you shared with us, which I thought was crazy, is gyms on average receive 80% of their revenue from non-gym goers. And these are people who sign up for a gym membership. And like, if you think about it, yeah, it makes sense, but it's mind-boggling to hear that, because these people who, and I used to be one of them, you sign up for a gym membership and you never go, and you continue to pay for it. And it's because you don't have somebody there holding you accountable and saying, where were you? I missed you. Hey, what's going on?
My mom literally just finally canceled hers and her husband's membership for their gym that they've had for 3 years and they haven't gone to.
Oh my gosh.
In like 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
And it's not a cheap gym either.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Really, really crazy. Yeah. I mean, like, I had a gym membership, and I went until I had Garrett, and then I kept it, but I didn't use it. And so I found a year later I canceled it, because I just wasn't using it. Yep. So, I mean, but that's the thing. Like, everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs somebody to be there to support them and help them. So what we do is super, super, super important. Yes, it's our job to do this, but it's also our job to, and this is like a little bit of a, off track as usual. But like our job as coaches, in order to help people, we have to show people that living this lifestyle is possible, and like showing people that we can fit this into our lives. It's like when I started watching Christy, when she started talking to me, and I was like, okay, well, she's like, 8.5 months pregnant, and she was at Summit, super pregnant. She, I was seeing all her videos. She was still doing like all these, I would see her post about these workouts, and she was like out there with like her Charlie belly. And, I would see her doing this, and I was like, how do you fit this in? How do you do this? Like, if she can do this pregnant, and all I can manage is like to lay on the couch with a quesadilla on my pregnant belly, obviously it's doable. And so, people are watching us, and they want to see that we are doing what we're preaching, and we're doing the things, we're getting the results that we're talking about, and we're making time in our lives, and we're making it a priority. And that's what people want to see. They want to be able to see themselves in our position, and they want to be able to see how they can fit it into their life if we can fit it into our life, and how, we seamlessly just like have a shake for lunch. We talk about this, whatever book we're reading. We eat well. We share our healthy meals. We talk about how simple it is. And like, yes, no, not everybody wants to eat chicken and vegetables all the time. But, we make it work, and we figure out how to work out in the morning, or we figure out how to work out with our kids crawling all over us, and we just do it. People want to see that, and they want to see that we're making it work. And that's our job, is to make it work and share and show people that they can do it too, and they can make their home the center of their healthy lifestyle. You know, they don't have to go to a gym, and they don't have to hire a nutritionist, and they don't have to hire a personal trainer. You know, and they don't have to order meals from some company that puts meals in a box for them, and you know, that are like balanced or whatever they happen to be. And you know, they can cook for themselves, and they can cook for their families, and they can make all this food that is healthy and feed everybody. So there we go. Yeah. So, I mean, then that's our job, is like to share that and to do it for ourselves. So, this Super Sunday was just awesome. I really enjoyed going. So that's what I got. Questions? Okay. Riley, are you, I could see his like little like, hi buddy. You say hi. Riley.
You won't.
He's like, don't. I'm good.
He doesn't say hi yet. Who is that? Yeah. He's like, what is this game you're playing? Where'd he go? So weird. So weird. Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Oh my God, hello.
Wow. Oh, don't spit on me. Wow. I don't know why he thinks it's funny when I say that. Wow.